Hi everyone, I'm Randy Unger, and this is another edition of Unger the Radar. And with me today is film critic Chris Clemente. Hey Chris, how are you?
Hey Randy, not bad. How are you?
Good. And also here we have videographer Erica A. How are
Glad
you?
to be back.
Oh, welcome
We're
back.
Excited to be back for another. This time we're doing a big Three's Company. All of us here to
Yes.
discuss one movie.
Exactly. And that one movie, guys, is called The Nice Guys. It stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, directed by Shane Black. And it is a very funny action comedy set in the 70s. Here is the trailer.
It's my husband. He's gone missing.
Missing?
I'm terribly worried. It's just Fred's never been gone this long before.
How long has he been missing?
Since the funeral.
Well, I can start right away.
You're a private investigator?
My profession is very complicated, okay? It's nuanced. That's a lot of blood.
You beat people up and charge money?
Yeah.
Sad, isn't it?
How much would you charge to beat up my friend Janet?
What?
How much you got?
$30?
That's good. This conversation is over.
The mob is trying to spread its operation to Los Angeles. Somehow, my daughter Amelia is involved. Please find her.
Seen this girl?
What's in it for me?
Oh, we can do this the easy way. We're currently doing it the easy way.
Whatever happened to offering me $20?
It's the recession. This is a high-profile case.
Made the newspapers.
Where is Amelia?
What the hell's going on?
Oh, you know, there's a guy coming to kill us. That kind of crap.
Hey, can you behave like a professional?
I'm sorry.
She's in danger, man. We have to do something about it.
She's dead.
She's not dead. She's not dead.
Why do you think everyone involved with this case was dying? This is not you. You're not a murderer.
You just killed 3 people.
I know, but I'm saying deep down.
Look, if you come in here, you beat up on me. It's part of the job, I accept it. But what did you do? You pissed me off.
Before we go solving the crime of the century, let's deal with the rotting corpse.
I got a plan. Run.
Okay, guys, there you have it. The Nice Guys. I'm going to start with you, Chris. What did you think of the film?
Oh, you know what? I gotta say, hands down, I thoroughly loved this film.
Nice.
Loved it. Great comedy, great performances. It was nice. It was refreshing through the mist of all these Hollywood comic book movies. You really got something that was really different. Really different for summertime.
Nice.
What about you?
I thought it was a great mix of comedy and action as well. I thought that the chemistry between Crowe and Gosling was spot on. You really wanted to go on this adventure with them. You just wanted to keep watching to see what would happen next to them. It was just really a quality film, and like you said, amongst these superhero epics, it's a refreshing change of pace. What'd you think, Erica?
Well, okay, now I'm going to disagree with you guys.
Oh, no.
It was well done. It was a good movie. I would definitely say it's the kind of movie you can go with your friends. You could see if you guys all need to agree on something. It's got a little bit of everything, but it is nothing too amazing. They were both very good together. They had great chemistry. I believe this might have been the first movie they had ever done together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was also a lot of chemistry for Gosling and the cast member who played his daughter.
Right.
But-
Andrea Rice.
Andrea Rice.
Rice,
Yep,
yes.
Yeah.
But
Very-
overall, I mean, it builds and builds, and then they bring in the cast and they recover the movie. I like the supporting. I know you're going to say something.
I got to butt in a little bit, but I think that's what makes it truly special. You know, we have this film noir, we have this police detective genre that
Not
doesn't
quite police detective, private eye.
Right, Private Eye.
Right.
Yeah. we have this genre that doesn't really do a lot nowadays, right? It was heavy, it was very popular in the 40s and the 50s, But nowadays, you know, it's really the American genre is now the comic book movie. So to have Shane Black, who just came
Yeah.
out of Iron Man 3,
Right.
to
Well,
do
years ago. I mean, how many years ago was Iron Man 3?
just a couple.
Few years.
Yeah, it was his
Several
last
years. I
film.
3
mean,
years?
because they've done Avengers since they've done Ant-Man. They've done another.
But the point is,
Yeah.
Shane Black directed, and I believe he wrote it as
right,
well.
Right. So,
yeah.
so for him to pull this genre back and out of the left wing and really nail home with it, I think it's a testament of just great filmmaking.
Yeah.
So I have to disagree with you. It was a great film. It was refreshing. I felt really
Yeah.
energized after coming out of the film.
I mean, when you have a mystery movie like that, you are really invested in the characters and the story.
Mhm.
And I think Shane Black had also hit home a few
Well-
years ago with, actually a decade ago, with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
right.
um,
Similar territory.
Also a mystery involving, you know, crazy characters and a very dark, twisted plot. But,
It wasn't that twisted.
well, it got twisted here and
A
there.
little. It was not that twisted. We knew what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that.
Well, not everything.
That's the whole.
Okay.
That's
There
the
was the one big mystique that we
Mhm.
had to figure out.
Indeed.
That's the whole surprise of the film noir. Is there's so much build up, so much exposition that you have to let that steam blow off somehow. And I just think with all those great performances, it just did great. And not just that, but it really holds to a modern audience. It does so by pulling in elements of comedy, by pulling in elements of that 70s style.
Yeah.
That's just great
Which was
cinematography.
perfect.
The
Yeah.
70s style was so amazing.
Mm.
The fashion, I mean, the facial hair. I'm not sure about the hairstyles, though. I didn't quite feel that. I feel like they
I
weren't
didn't really
authentic to
pinpoint
the
that.
set.
But there was one moment in the movie where they kind of transitioned from actual 70s footage
I thought so.
into
I was
the
saying
movie itself.
that it really felt like in the auto show.
Right, right.
That you could see the color was a different color. They were shooting on a different style of film.
Mm-hmm.
And it really felt like in that they took actual footage from an auto show in the 70s. I
Right.
did love that too.
And
And
it
then
was
they-
blended perfectly into the
They
the
faded
film.
in with the editor.
Right.
You have to give the editor credit for
Yeah,
that.
for sure,
absolutely. But just to comment
Yeah.
more on the comedy, I mean,
Yeah.
just that very physical comedy that Ryan Gosling was
Perfect.
performing. It was
Yes.
it was something special. It was something different from him, and it's something that we haven't seen with Russell Crowe.
I mean, the comedic element from Gosling, we've seen a little bit from Crazy Stupid Love a couple years ago. Very, very funny movie. So it was really nice to see Gosling kind of return to that physical comedy. Actually, this was more physical than that, I believe.
Yes.
There were many moments where, like, you would think that the physical comedy would be kind of dopey and cliche and
Right.
goofy, but I think Gosling
No,
really hit
they
it.
balanced it out
He was
well.
very, very good in that.
Right. It didn't seem very scripted either.
Yeah.
The comedic elements. It seemed like what he was bringing to the table was nuances that he
Yeah.
did probably on screen. You know,
Yeah.
at the moment.
I think it was all about timing and definitely owed a lot to Shane Black's script. So,
Yeah, yeah, and also, what about the other performances in the film?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we spoke a little bit off camera about the child actors, about
Right.
Andrea
Yes.
Rice.
right.
What do you feel about them?
Andrea Rice,
Yeah.
if that's how you pronounce it, she was very good. She held her own amongst these
Yes,
two
definitely.
macho, well, one's a macho
Yeah.
tough guy, but she was in the adventure with them, and it was great.
Right.
I don't know. I thought it
Erica?
was a little overkill when she was in the adventure with them. It was like, what is she doing there? I personally found it was a little too much of people just there to shoot at each other or to be shot at.
Well, she was the voice of reason amongst all the bullets flying.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
So when she goes running with them,
Uh-huh.
there's this one point where it's like, she just, I mean, they write it well, that she's a child and she has a sense of innocence.
She's about 14, by the way, guys.
Right, but at the
But
same
she's driving the
time,
car. Are you sure she's that?
yeah, well,
Well, she was a
she's more competent than her father.
Right,
Yes.
right.
So she's really being the adult figure
Indeed,
here,
yeah.
and it was very reminiscent of like Jodie Foster in Taxi Driver, or Natalie Portman in The Professional. There's that level of complexity where you have this child actress who's very natural, has a great chemistry with the cast, and yet she's holding her own. She's putting to these adult situations, and she's really acting more like the adult. It reminded me of such films, even to go as recent as Mud. You know, it just has that level of complexity that you really don't see in films anymore.
Yeah, it's nice to see that flipped, like the role reversal flip.
Exactly.
And that actually contributed to the film's quality, I think, and made for a more interesting watch.
Right. Yeah.
So,
And
I
what
mean,
about
yes.
Crow?
Yeah, Crow.
Oh.
Haven't seen him in a few years, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I can't...
No, he's been working like crazy. What do you mean you haven't
I
seen
haven't
him?
seen... Well, I haven't seen any of the
He
movies.
hasn't done any big blockbuster things or anything.
Well,
that
what
he's
was
a
the last
major-
thing you saw him in?
Was it
I don't
Les
know.
Mis?
Well, that was a few years ago.
No,
Like,
I mean there was Winter Tales. There's The
Right.
Man with the Iron Fist.
But again,
There's-
something different.
There's random other things.
right, but this
and
is
he
his
brings
biggest
such
movie
a character.
in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah, and so again, it's just a great testament that you have this great performance, this great comedy
Right.
in a genre that you don't really hear much about nowadays.
Yeah.
But I think that there's more to the supporting cast. I want
Right.
to talk about it. I really enjoyed Kim Basinger. I know that she could have been in it so much more.
she was barely in it, and that was a true shame because she's an Academy Award-winning actress, and I really wanted to see more of her. Her role, we're not going to give anything away, very, very interesting, a lot of layers there.
Right, and that's really the pitfall, not having enough of that supporting cast. Yeah.
Well, okay, guys, I mean, that's all the time we have for Under the Radar. The Nice Guys is now out in theaters. Now we're going to have a short commercial break, and we'll have more Legends TV after that.